Good morning. Today we will study about the strategy of planning in India. When we started to form the policies for planning in India, what we decided is to go in two directions: to plan for long period in a different way and to plan for a short period in a different way. So we decided to make long period plans and the short period plans. Or the long period, we decided the long period's goal and the short period goal. What are these? Long periods goals are common to all the 5-year plans and are therefore generally studied as common goals of 5-year plans or objective of planning. These are the plans these are the goals which do not change with the 5-year plan. 5-year plan exists for 5 years. It remains there for 5 years and after 5 years. So these long period goals do not change with the 5-year plan change. 5-year plans changed after every 5 years, but these plans do not change. These goals do not change. Then we have the short period goals. These are called the plan specific goals. It means these goals or these objectives are made for 5 years. If we are able to achieve within 5 years, that's okay. If we are not able to achieve in 5 years, then either we increase the time or we change and we go for the new objectives. So it decided after 5 years. So these goals change in every 5 years, and these long period goals are the goals which do not change in 5 years. They will be always there with the planning of India. So now we will try to understand what are these goals, what are the long period goals and what are the short period goals. Long period goals are just like the first is GDP growth. It is the first and foremost requirement of an economy that GDP should grow, and it should grow with a good speed. So this is the first long period goal that is being taken by the Planning Commission in India. Increase in GDP implies increase in the level of output in the economy. Increase in GDP, it means increase in the level of output. It implies an increase in the flow of goods and services in the economy. And when we get the GDP growth, when we have the good supply of goods and services in the economy, when we have the flow of goods and services in the economy in a positive direction with increase. So when we have increase in the flow of goods and services, and that is consistently, then we say that the economy is growing, or that is called the economic growth, and the economic growth is called the GDP growth. So we work for the GDP growth. There are two important factors of GDP growth. They are increase in resource base of the country. It means to increase the available resources in the country. So we make such effort that we can increase the resource in the countries, availability of resource, or maybe we find some new resources in the country. Then increase in productivity through innovative techniques. First, we should increase the resources, and second, we should increase the productivity with the use of new innovative techniques. so that we can produce more for the existing resources. So if we are not able to increase the resources, then also we increase the production. Planning in India is to ensure that natural resources are fully explored and production technology is continuously improved. We need to go in two directions. First, the resources must be fully explored. It means whatever resources we are having, we should use the resources completely. Then the production technology is continuously improved. We should take some new technologies. We should start some new technologies for the production, so that the GDP growth achieve a momentum. It start regularly. We have the GDP growth in a regular way. Then the second target is the full employment. What is full employment? If we talk and if you go and try to understand the name, it is full. Full, it means all or complete. Employment, it means the people go to work. So all people should go to work. It is a situation in which everyone in the economy, in the country, who are able to work and willing to work should get work at a good wage rate. This is, if everyone will be employed, the social welfare also increased. So it is also called the social objective of planning. And when we have the full employment, we have the focus on inclusive growth, because everyone is included in the growth process. When we can achieve the full employment? When more and more people participate in the process of growth. And then the benefit of growth must be shared across a wider section of the society. So this is the full employment, a growth with social justice, because everyone is getting work. So social justice and growth. What do we understand by the term full employment? Full employment, we study that it is a situation when everyone go to work, everyone who is able to work get work. But it doesn't mean that the situation of zero unemployment. It means that everyone who is willing to work get work, but all the people do not get work. There are some structural changes that make many people unemployed. That type of employment always remain there. Then there is some natural unemployment which always remain in an economy. So these will be there, but the people who are able to work and who are willing to work, if most of them get work, then we can call it the situation of full employment. It can be judged with the another aspect, that is the optimum use of resources. If we are having the optimum use of resources, then we can say that we are getting the full employment in the economy. We don't consider the number of unemployed in the economy in that condition. So these are the two main objectives. The third, equitable distribution of equity, and the remaining we'll study in next video. Thank you.